team training huddle, whatever you want to call it, just our time to get together and hang out on Monday nights. So just super excited to kind of share with you guys some insight and some wisdom that I really hit me the most while I was at GTC this weekend. And I do want to say, you guys, this was my fifth GTC. My very first GTC I attended was in 2015, and I was just like 2 months old in Arbonne. I knew nothing, I knew no one, and it was a huge vision builder for me. And so I know that not all of us could be there. It was in the month of May this year, but mark it on your calendars. GTC will be in April of 2020, and you want to be there come hell or high water, because it's Arbonne's 40th anniversary. And my first year at GTC was our 35th anniversary, and it was above and beyond. As far as the speakers and the trainers, and I know a lot of you guys know our special guest was Rachel Hollis this year, it truly blew every GTC that I've ever been to out of the water. And each year I think, I don't know how they could top that, or I don't know how they could top this. And let me tell you, they did it. So mark your calendars, April of 2020. I'm assuming it's probably going to be the second or third week. I don't know exactly, but trust me when I say you're going to want to be there. So I am going to start us off just by sharing with you guys. And I know that if you're on social media and if you have asked me, like, who should I follow or who should I watch, you know that Arbonne is in massive growth and massive momentum. But for those of you guys who weren't there, I just want to give you the numbers, because they were staggering and super impressive. But in the first quarter of this year, you guys, so January to April of 2019, we grew over 25% over the first quarter of 2018. So massive revenue growth. That's revenue. That's money that the company's made. That's money that's put back into your pocket. 25% growth over just 1 year. Our sponsoring and preferred clients and independent consultants was up 45%. And our promotions, you guys, people promoting to district manager, area manager, regional vice president, and national vice president was up 100% only in the first quarter. The first quarter, you guys, we're talking January, February, March, April, up 100%, double over the quarter of this time last year. And I just wanted to start us off with that, you guys, because if you have an Arbonne ID and maybe you haven't been playing full out right now, or this first quarter, this second quarter is the time to start playing full out. And I really had to do a healthy self-evaluation of my commitment levels and honestly my daily dues. And I had to say, you know what, if there's ever been a better time to double and triple what I've been doing, and that's different for each of us, and I'm going to talk about that, but me personally, my personal threshold that I can handle each day, if there's ever been a better time to push myself a little bit more, it's right now. It's right now, when this company has the vision and the belief and just the promotions and the commotion that's happening. I don't want to look back in 2020 or 2021 and say, dang, I wish I would have worked just a little bit harder in 2019. Because I want to end this year of 2019 with no regrets. So for those of you guys who are new, or if you're going back and watching the recording as a brand new consultant, you may have that question that we all have when we first start, like, well, what do I need to do? What do I need to do to get into massive activity? And I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this, you guys, but Arbonne is super simple, and it's also super simple not to do. So conversations, you guys, the repetitive theme at GTC, you have to get in front of 40 faces a month and tell the full Arbonne story. What is the full Arbonne story? It's that we're pure, safe, and beneficial. It's that we follow European guidelines. It's that we have skincare, cosmetics, nutrition, health and wellness from the inside out, and how you can get a discount, either inviting them to become a PC or inviting them to become a consultant. So how do we obtain those 40 faces a month, or get in front of those 40 faces a month, you guys? My kind of like system that we've been following for a little bit is that I like to ask 5 new people a day. My preferred method is on Instagram. If you're new, you probably have a slew of Facebook friends you haven't made it through yet. 5 new people a day, and I follow up with 15. However, if you're brand new, you may want to flip-flop that, and you may want to ask 15 new people a day and do 5 follow-ups. because you may not have anyone to follow up with right now if you just signed up yesterday. And here's the thing, you guys, if you've been in Arbonne for a little while, if you've been hanging out with us for the first quarter and maybe you haven't hit that second promotion yet or that third promotion yet, or you just feel like you're kind of stuck, I want to help you guys get unstuck. And some of the best advice that I heard this weekend was that we all do business a little bit differently, and we all have that personal threshold and that personal number that we shoot for. So maybe you shoot for 5 and 15, maybe I shoot for 17 new ask a day or 25 new ask a day or whatever. If what you're doing isn't working, if you feel like you are stuck doing the same thing and you're not seeing results or growth, the best piece of advice I heard was just double it. That's the beauty of Arbonne, you guys. If you're doing 5 and you're not signing up a new business builder every 2 weeks or once a month, then double your daily ask to 10. The beauty of Arbonne is that you get to adjust your speed. You get to adjust and figure out if you need to go 50 miles an hour or 100 miles an hour, or if 5 works for you or if 10 works for you. It's a numbers game, you guys. Don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. Keep it as simple as that. So the other theme that I kept hearing over and over again is decide to own your own business. You guys, you do not have a boss to tell you what to do every single day when you clock in to do your Arbonne work. And so this is really hard because I know that a lot of us want that. A lot of us come into Arbonne and we have this employee mindset, and some of you may have even had this thought before, oh, if Whitney would just text me like once a day and just tell me, hey girl, you need to send out your messages. Hey girl, you need to do your follow-ups. Then I would be on it. Guys, here's the deal. It's not my job to do that. It's not my job to make sure that you guys are doing your daily do's and your daily follow-ups. It's my job to tell you how. It's my job to teach you and train you what I say, what I've been able to do to make me successful at this point, what our national vice president and executive national vice presidents have done. It's my job to plug you in and show you the way, but it's your job to figure out how you're going to work this business into your life, and that's taking ownership. You guys, I have 4 small kids, and I'm a mommy to all 4 of them. I can't be a mommy to a region or to a nation. So when you come into this business, you guys, you have to decide to step up to the plate. And if you can't find the answer that you're looking for from a direct text message from me, if I take half a second too long to get back to you, there's the source. And there's the Arbonne website, you guys, and you have to be able to utilize those things for yourself. You have to be able to know where to go and find the information. We have a Facebook page that's set up beautifully, and all you have to do is go to the Learning tab, and you can see exactly, you guys, I've provided with you pictures of how I talk, how I say things, the videos that I send, the messages I use to reach out with. So if you want to know how I do Arbonne, I've put it all out there for you to read and to look over. And you have that at your fingertips, you guys. Discipline is the $1 million skill set in this business. It's irreplaceable. You have to develop discipline like a muscle. You guys, it's like going to the gym and working out and curling or squats or whatever it is that you want to do. It's a muscle. And you have to continue to work at it every single day. You guys, the cost of not developing this skill set is everything. If you decide to not be disciplined, if you decide to be lazy in your Arbonne business, it's going to cost you everything in this business. But you have everything to gain by developing this skill set. You guys, it is the number 1 skill, discipline. It's the $1 million skill that you cannot look over, that you cannot go without. You guys, I saw multiple people at GTC sitting in the same room with me at the swanky regional vice president reception who had just gotten their white Mercedes, who were at GTC last year, 12 months ago, as a team of 1, as a district manager, and they came back as new regions, even national vice presidents, you guys. You have to develop discipline in this business and know that anything is possible. What are you going to be recognized for next year at our 40th anniversary when you attend your very first GTC, or when you attend your second or third or fourth GTC? Because how are you going to end 2019, December 31st, 2019? How are you going to go to bed that night, and how are you going to wake up on January 1st of 2020? And I kind of want to give you guys, something to shoot for, because I'm sure all of you at this point have seen pictures of Grand Awards Night. And Grand Awards Night is this amazing thing that Arbonne does and put on and they recognize people who have just done outstanding things throughout the company throughout the whole entire year. So from GTC right now, so starting right now to GTC of next year, you have the ability to earn one of these awards. And I am going to tell you guys what they are, because honestly, I want you guys to hop off this call tonight and I want you to write down an award that you are striving to achieve. It's not all about the promotion, because if you're striving to do the simple bite-sized things that it takes to achieve this award, you're going to promote in your business. And so I want you guys to have a vision bigger than just a title. And I'm going to read a couple of these things to you guys. Or a couple of these awards. So one of the awards that Arbonne recognizes on Grand Awards Night, where you get to walk in a beautiful ball gown across the stage in front of 20,000 plus people, is a power promoter. So what is a power promoter, you guys? It is the top 5 district managers, area managers, regional vice president, and national vice president. So no matter where you're at right now, if you're a district manager, you can be in the top 5 districts, or an area manager, top 5 for promoting out the most districts. So here it is. Power promoter, who directly promote out the most first-time district managers from their central district. Make it your goal to promote as many people out of your district and help them become a district manager, guys. That's not about you. That's about you helping other people go to sleep at night. That's about you helping other people get that extra $500 to $1,000 a month. And when you help enough people do that, you guys, you can be a power promoter and get that award at GTC next year and walk the stage. Walk the stage for helping other people. That's the goal here. Another award that you can qualify for, you guys, is top districts sponsoring. So this award is the top 5 independent consultants with the highest number of newly sponsored consultants in their central district during the qualification period. You guys, this is sponsoring people into your business. This isn't even promoting them out to district manager. This is bringing new people in. How many people are you sharing the Arbonne story to? How many people are you inviting to take a look at this business opportunity? You could win the top district sponsoring award. Other awards that you can qualify for, you guys, are the Circle of Excellence. This is the top 25 independent consultants with the highest accumulated personal qualifying volume and personally sponsored new independent consultants. You guys, what are your sales every single month? Are you using the products? Because if you're not using the products, you're not selling the products. Are you doing the 30 Days to Healthy Living? Or are you just pretending like you're doing the 30 Days to Healthy Living? Are you using our cosmetics, or are you using something from Ulta? Are you using our skincare, or are you still hung up on some kind of skincare that your grandma got you on from Macy's 20 years ago? You guys, become a product of the product. If you're not selling it, you're probably not using it. If you're not using it, you just need to put a big X on it in the catalog, because you're not going to sell it. You guys, be a product of the product, because when you're a product of the product, you can't not talk about this stuff. And you could be that Circle of Excellence achiever, you guys. There's so many others. Those are just the 3 that I wanted to go over. Become a new area manager and go to the Pure Vibe party for us. That with us. That's not open to everyone, you guys. You got to earn your way there. You got to work your way there and become an area manager to get that invitation to go to the Pure Vibe all-white party, the party of the year. Become a new regional vice president, you guys, and walk the stage. You guys, walk the stage as an indicator of all the thousands of lives that you've changed, not only in the people who have decided to join your business, but the people who have decided to detox with you, the people who have decided to switch over to your skincare, you guys. It is a representation of lives that you have impacted. It is the pebble being thrown into the pond and just watching the ripples go out. You guys, that's what you're creating. Become a national vice president. Walk across the stage at GTC. So here are some of my takeaways from some of the notes that I took. One of the things that Ashley Strong said that I loved is she said, your thoughts don't change the world. Your actions do. You guys, I want to ask you right now, are you thinking about Arbonne all the time? Are you thinking that you're doing Arbonne all the time, but you're not really taking action? You guys, your thoughts can change the world when backed up by action. Are you getting in front of 40 faces a month, or do you even know? If you don't know if you're getting in front of 40 faces, then I can promise you're not tracking it. And if you're not tracking it, your business is not going to grow. Make sure that you're tracking how many people you're getting in front of. I want you guys to pretend. I know I just said that I'm not your boss. It's not my job to say, hey girl, you done your ass today? But I want you to pretend as if in Arbonne, I am your boss, and maybe I bring you into the office. Oh, I think I've got someone unmuted. Oh, there we go. I bring you into the office and I say, hey, listen, I see amazing potential in you. I have no doubt that you're going to go to the tippy top of this company. But right now, I want to give you a promotion. I want to give you an amazing promotion, $5,000 to $15,000 a month, and I want to give you a free white Mercedes. I want to give you an extra $600 a month bonus, an extra $800 a month car bonus, and I want to send you on free vacations every year. Now, I want you to think about wherever it is that you work right now, whatever job that it is that you have, and I want you to think about the person who hired you, bringing you into their office and saying, I want to give you this promotion. All you have to do is stay consistent. All you have to do is do 5 new asks a day and do that consistently for 30, 60, and 90 days. It's all yours. The money's yours. The car's yours. The dream life that you have always wanted is yours if you decide to be consistent. Now, think about how silly that sounds, because you're going to be like, well, yeah, I want the job. Yeah, I want the promotion. But here's the thing, you guys. Some of us are working harder for someone else than we work for ourselves. Stop busting your butt making someone else the CEO of their company. Be the CEO of your own company, because here's the thing, the money that you make for them, you have no control over whose life that change or if that changes the world. The money that you make for yourself, you decide where you're going to give back, you guys. One of the best things that I ever heard is that don't be embarrassed or ashamed about how much money that you can make in this business. Decide that you want to live off 1% of your income. Decide and know and have the vision that your income can be so big with this business that you can live off the 1%. Did you guys know that there are people in this world who need your extra? Maybe you're like, oh, Winnie, I'm good. I don't need the extra. Like, I'm good. You know, $500 a month is good for me and my family. $1,000 a month is good for me and my family. You want to know what I know about Arbonne people? We have heart and we have passion. And there are some people out there in the world who are rich and who are greedy and who would never want to give their money away. But I know that that's not true about Arbonne people. And I know that there are people going to sleep tonight who need your extra. So when you decide that you, or when you start to try and second guess your commitment level, or whether or not you really need to do those 5 asks today, or whether or not you really need to ask someone to take a look at this business, or whether or not you really need to get that promotion to district manager, ask yourself, who could benefit from my extra right now? Who's going to sleep tonight hungry because I'm not sending money to this charity that I'm passionate about? Who's going to bed tonight still locked in sex trafficking because I'm not doing what I need to do for my Arbonne business? You guys, you have the ability to change the world, and we have the heart and the passion to do so. So pretend like I'm sitting here dangling those car keys in front of you and saying, girl, all you got to do is be consistent. Here's the thing that I've noticed in the 4 years that I've been doing this Arbonne business. We say be consistent for 90 days. 90 days will change your business, you guys. You are 90 days away from driving your free white Mercedes with Arbonne. But here's the thing. Most people stop being consistent at day 45. Most people don't even make it to day 60. Decide that you're going to be different. Decide that you're going to develop that muscle that we talked about, discipline. It's the $1 million skill set in Arbonne. Discipline. Be disciplined. Stop being okay with being mediocre. Stop being okay being comfortable in your uncomfortable. So many of us have justified our uncomfortableness and decided to be comfortable in it and rest in it. You guys decide you're going to stop that today. I know and I believe that if you have ever thought for 1 second, and some of us don't have this thought, but a lot of us do. And if for 1 second you've ever thought, I want to be a regional vice president, I want to be a national vice president, I want to impact the lives of this group of people, or I want to start this charity or this non-for-profit organization, I believe that dream was placed into your crazy little mind for a reason. Not by coincidence, not by mistake, but for an exact reason. I believe that one of the most saddest tragedies in our world today are the prayers that we are guilty of not praying and that we feel too greedy for praying, you guys. I believe that God has put those thoughts into your head for a reason. And that if you weren't meant to be here, you wouldn't be here. But I believe that you were placed here for a divine reason and purpose. Ask yourself, you guys, are you committed to your goals, or are you just interested in them? Are you committed to becoming an area manager, or are you just kind of interested in it? Are you dating your business, or are you married to your business, you guys? If you're dating something, you're not really all in. You've got a back door. Are you dating your Arbonne business? Are you saying, you know what, I've still got a back door, I'm okay if it doesn't work out for me? Or are you married to this? Are you married to this? You're treating it like a business, and you're owning your business, and you're taking ownership of your life and saying, I am in this, I am committed to this. And when it gets hard, I'm going to figure out how to work it out. You don't just turn around and walk away when things start to get hard, you guys, because you know that even when you don't work, Arbonne still does. You guys, there have been times in my business, I've had 2 babies since I've started Arbonne. I've moved across country. We went through serious changes in, the support that I've had from my husband and the lack of support that I've had from my husband and him being in school and, just crazy things, you guys. And I have always known, even when I haven't done what I'm supposed to do, Arbonne still works. I see it all around me. People are always promoting to national vice president. Every single month, somebody's earning their free white Mercedes. Did you guys know that we doubled the amount of people who earned their free white Mercedes last year? Arbonne works. You guys, you have to take a deep look in the mirror and say, is it me? Am I not being consistent? Are you tracking what you're doing? Are you getting in front of your faces? And where I'm going to end us and wrap us up, you guys, is something that I read in a book, and I had a really big aha moment, and we're going to stop after I get through this. But I realized that even as a regional vice president, with all this vision that I have and all this belief that I have, and I always say I will do Arbonne till the day that I die. I truly love making an impact in people's lives, whether it be through the business or whether it be through the healthy living products. But I was reading this book, and I know you guys have all heard me talk about it. This is actually the second time that I read it, and it's so dang good that my goal is to read it like 4 more times before the end of the year. Because like most of us, when I came into Arbonne, I was really messed up in the head. And so I'm just going to read a little insert from this book, but it has really changed my life and impacted my life. She talks about the stories that we tell ourselves. And so I think this is really fitting with all the information that we've shared from GTC and all the takeaways that I've had from GTC. But she said, become aware of the stories that you're telling yourself. We call these things stories because they are just that. They are not the truth, and they can be rewritten. You are the author of your own life, not your parents, not society, not your partner, not your friends, not the bullies who called you whatever names in junior high. And the sooner you decide to write yourself a better script, the sooner you get to live a more awesome life. Before you can let go of your stories, you have to get clear on what your stories are. Listen to what you say and what you think about, and start busting yourself in your own lies. We get so used to and so identified with our broken records that we don't even notice that they exist or that they're not even real. And yet we'll fight to the death to uphold their non-truths. Listen specifically for sentences that you speak that begin with things like this. I always blank. I've never blank. I can't do yada yada. I should fill in the blank. I suck at X, Y, and Z. I wish I could blank. I want as opposed to I will and I am. I don't have blank. What is it that you don't have? One day I will. I'm trying to. Ask yourself, what are the stories that you're telling yourself that maybe start with things like this? If you're saying, well, I want to be an area manager, Whitney, or I want to be a regional vice president, you haven't decided, because when you decide, you say, I will be an area manager with Arbonne. I will be a regional vice president. I am an executive national vice president with Arbonne. I just don't have the title yet, but I will. Because once you decide, that story changes. She says, remember, as Wallace, I don't even know this guy's name, Wallace Wattles said, to think what you want to think is to think the truth, regardless of its appearance. Instead of pretending to be stuck in these lame-o realities, use your power of thought to change your attitude and change your life. So she asked, what are your favorite self-sabotaging stories? And here's some examples. Let's say, for example, that your story is that you're depressed. Well, maybe I could work my Arbonne business, but right now I'm just really depressed. Chances are pretty good that even though it feels awful, and when you feel awful, you give yourself the excuse that you don't have to work hard or do the laundry or go to the gym. It also feels very familiar and cozy and comfortable, and it gets you attention. People come in and check on you and sometimes bring you food. It gives you something to talk about, and it allows you to try it allows you to not try too hard or move forward and face possible failure. And it also lets you drink beer for breakfast because you are depressed. Let's say your story is that you can't make money. By staying broke, you get to be right. You get to be the victim, which makes you dependent on other people and also gets you attention. Other people will offer to pay for you. You don't have to take responsibility of your life. You get to give up before you ever start to avoid possible failure. And if things in your life fall far below the mediocre scale, you get to blame other people and circumstances instead of taking risks to change it because you can't afford to take risk. Almost done here. If we've been depressed or victimized or whatever since our childhood, we trick ourselves into believing that it's really who we are as an adult. And in order to continue reaping the rewards, it's how we survived as a child, but it doesn't serve us anymore. So we need to get rid of it, or you're just going to continue to recreate it. Cut to you now as an adult who never speaks your truth or who never stands up for yourself. You're still reaping the false rewards of playing it safe, not risking getting hurt or yelled at, but this behavior is backfiring on you because by hiding and not taking a stand for yourself, you're living a life that totally makes you want to roll over and go back to sleep every single morning instead of getting up and facing your day head on. Once you identify the false beliefs you're reaping from holding on to the stories that you're telling yourself, you can start the process of letting them go and replacing them with empowered new ones that serve you as an adult. Once you know what the beast looks like, you can slay it. So then the last part here is she says, nothing in this world is permanent, including your stories. Yet we try and hold on to them for false security, which ultimately leads to our sorrows and loss. Be willing to let go. Keep reinventing your story as you continue to grow. And the reason that I wanted to point that out there to you guys is because we all have a story. And I don't know what your story is. And I don't know what your personal struggle is. And some of you guys I do, some of you guys I don't. But I have never been, I guess, more heightened or more aware of how big of a problem this is until I felt like I was walking through it myself not too long ago. And so for those of you guys who don't know, I don't know if I've told every single person on this call, but we are pregnant again. And I'm getting ready to have my 5th child. And when I found that out, I was tired going through first trimester and I was sick. And for about a week, I told myself, don't work too hard, Whitney. It's okay if you don't go nation this year because you're pregnant. And then I read this chapter and I thought, holy cow, there's a false story that I'm telling myself. And how many of us do that? How many of us give ourselves permission to not go too hard because we're worried that we're going to disappoint someone? But this gives us an excuse. This gives us a back door. You guys, I told my husband, I said, babe, I don't know if I'm going to go nation this year because I'm pregnant. And by me verbalizing that and saying it out loud, it was almost like I felt this sense of oh, if I don't do it, he's not going to expect too much. What false story are you telling yourself? Are you saying, oh, well, I have, really small children, or, oh, I have 3 jobs, or, oh, I have whatever. You guys, we all have a different story that we're telling ourselves because it makes us feel good that if we don't hit that goal, it's okay. And so I want you guys to know that once I read this chapter and once I realized what the heck I was doing, I was like, heck no, no more. We are going nation this year. And my goal and my deadline is to be a national vice president by October 30th of 2019. I got 6 months until I have this baby. And my goal is to jump into this massive momentum that Arbonne is in, this massive momentum that the company is in, the promotions, the excitement that's taking place. And I thought to myself, Whitney, you would be stupid if you didn't work as hard as you could right now, right here. And so I want to challenge you guys in that. Whatever it is that your life looks like. I've worked this business with 3 jobs. I've worked this business with 2 kids, with 4 kids, soon to be 5 kids. I've worked this business with a nanny. I've worked this business without a nanny. What are your struggles, you guys? Because it doesn't matter. You can work this business in person, belly to belly, face to face. You can work this business virtual. You guys, you can work this business into your life. I can teach you and train you however it is that you want to do it. However it is that you want to plug in, whatever level it is that you want to go to. And I believe that if we band together and decide that we are in this and we are going to do this thing, that we're going to be popping out regions like crazy, you guys. I have 3 big red carbos in my room that I know some of you guys have heard about for 3 regional vice presidents. But this weekend I was convicted, you guys, 3's not enough. 3's not enough. My goal is to have 5 new RVPs walking across that stage next year at GTC because 3 is not enough lives that need to be changed, you guys. Again, your extra can impact someone who's going to sleep tonight hungry or who doesn't have a roof over their head. I want us to have 5 VPs on the road next year, and I want thousands of lives to be changed through our 30 Days to Healthy Living program. I want thousands of lives to be changed through this business, and I believe that we can make that happen. If you guys have been following me for a little bit, you know our word is epic. It's going to be an epic year. It's going to be an epic nation, and I'm super excited to make this thing happen. So thank you guys for listening. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to stop the recording. But if you were there in person and live, and maybe it was your first GTC or your fifth GTC or whatever, if you had any takeaways and you want to share, you can just unmute yourself. But I just want you guys to know that I am on fire and passionate, and just jump into the ocean and paddle out to the wave, you guys. Don't wait for the wave to come and get you, because it'll die down before it gets to the shore. Anybody want to say anything? GTC girls?
Hey, Whitney.
Yeah. Oh, you go. I'll wait.
No, go ahead, Kara. Go.
My takeaway was, can you guys hear me? I have my headphones in. I never talked with this little microphone thing before. Sorry. My biggest takeaway was to choose a grand award that I'm going to get. So every year I've said I'm going to walk that stage, and I have one big award that I want to win, but picking the award. So like what Whitney was sharing, picking, like she shared those 3 different Circle of Excellence awards. Sorry, there's something in my eye. So pick one of those awards and zone in on that and build that vision. We always talk about, speaking vision, speaking life into our visions. So picking that one award that I want to win and speaking life into it instead of just being so broad.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. What were you going to say, Kelly?
Okay. One of the things I do want to say in regard to GTC is, yes, it was awesome. And if you were on watching virtually, you got a glimpse of that. Mm-hmm. But like everything that we do, you cannot fully experience all that is Arbonne if you do not step into that and attend these type of events. Because in person, you see, you feel, it's palpable. It's something that you can almost reach out and put your hands on, the culture that is Arbonne. And when you are around that, you catch that. You cannot escape it. And it is something that just breathes life into you and makes you want to come out of it and just change the world. Change yourself, change the world, change your business, get on fire, just to do everything that you can to have an impact on others. Because Whitney is exactly right. You're not here for yourself. Yes, you want to meet all the needs that you have and the whys that you have, but you're here because, just like she said, a divine purpose to help others. That would be a selfish business if we were only here to make money for ourselves. But the point is that you use this vehicle to change all of those things that you are passionate about, all those things in the world that you see that are not being met or that are injustices, whatever it is, you can have an impact on that. And just owning, I will say my own takeaway is that I have to own my business. I have to do what it takes every day. And when I'm inconsistent, I'm never going to get there.
Right.
And you go where the fire is. And I believe that Autumn is on fire. I believe that Autumn has what she wants. I know she's on this call right now. And if you're one of my team members and you're rewatching this, ask yourself, am I on fire? Am I on fire to see things change for myself, my family, and for beyond that, everyone else that I know or anyone else that I know or what I'm passionate about in life? That's it. Oh, I do want to say that I had an awesome time with everyone that was there.
Yeah, we had a really, really good time. Thanks, Kel.
Hey.
Hey.
So what I wanted to say, I look really rough right now. I'm like crouching down, but, one, just like Kelly was saying, like you have to go, like, it's not something that, like, I don't know. I'm going to be really transparent and honest. I woke up Tuesday morning, the day that I was supposed to fly out there. And the only thing taking me there was I didn't want to say that I wasted money by not going. And I didn't want to go. I didn't want to be there. And it took me all of 5 minutes of being surrounded by you guys. And then I was like, I know I'm supposed to be here. I don't know what it was yet, but I don't know what it is. And I know now, but I just didn't want to be there. And it's crazy to see how God will work through the home office, organizing who's speaking, and just all these different ways that you never anticipate coming, and then they just hit you. And my biggest takeaway is definitely Basamba. And I laugh because I don't even, Babosa, is that what Happy called him? But definitely Basamba saying, you know, like, you can be better than me, you can be smarter than me, you can have more success than me, but you'll never outwork me. Mm-hmm. And I never realized that was something that I wanted to strive to attain in my life until he said it. And I left GTC. I was really sad leaving you guys early, but I left like knowing that God was about to do something. And if all goes well, like they are right now, I'm about to sign up a girl who lives in London, and like I'm expanding into a different country. And it's just crazy how God works when you don't even expect him to, and how, you know, he just plops stuff in your lap and you're like, wow, okay, there is my sign. And so I just am so on fire. And so I've been like working all day, and I haven't worked my business since last year. And so it's just amazing to me how God will just reveal himself in different ways, and through Arbonne and through all of you guys. And yes, I had an amazing time. So I'm so glad that I went. And this call was amazing too. Throwing that out there.
Thanks, friend. All right, guys.
Do I get to speak?
Yeah, you can speak.
Oh, I'm so, listen. So, okay, this is really like emotional, and I don't know who's all on here, and I really liked it, and it's very motivating, but I got to tell you guys what happened. So, I left and I rode with Kim because she said something about Basamba, and I left and I rode with Kim and Cassandra and Kristen, and I was making a joke, you know, how I had told you guys that if I'm going to get married, I'm going to find me a Basamba or a Babosa. And so when I was in the car, I told him that. I said, listen, I claim that if I choose to get married, I'm waiting for my Basamba. So we get to Red Robin to eat, and our waiter comes up. Tall black man, looks like he's 23 years old. He's built, and he says, hello, ladies. What would you like to eat? Can I get your order? And he's all just like smooth talking, and he's just, yes, ma'am, and just jokes and just really carrying on. And I thought, damn, that's a Basamba. And then I look over at Kristen when he walks by, and she goes, girl, there's your Basamba. Well, we joked back and forth about him. We find out that he's 28, he's married. And I watched him. I watched him work that room and treat every lady the same way. I watched him work every table the same way. He gave just amount of time. He gave everybody quality time. But man, he was on a mission to make a difference and make money with these people. So when he came back to our table, we talked to him, and he almost walked away because he thought we were trying to sell him stuff. And I told him, no, you are a businessman. You need to look at this from a business perspective. So now he's considering looking at getting this business. But I just thought it was funny when she was bringing up Basamba.
That's awesome. Congratulations. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. He will. He'll be in your business. So the running joke, you guys, because Basamba married his upline. So Abby said, man, I need to get me a Babosa. And I said, girl, you got to go sponsor him first. So that's what's so funny about that. All right, guys, we are 10 after. I'm going to shut us off. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. I have personally changed what I'm doing on a daily basis, and the amount of reach outs that I am committed to, no matter what. To see this thing through. So just super excited for October 30th of 2019, and to see all the regions that will birth because of it. So love you guys. See you next week. Talk to you soon.